If you ever get in a car accident, make sure you have a witness, especially when it's not your fault. Unless it's a simple rear-end collision, proving your case can become a mission impossible for any lawyer. As a result, most traffic accident cases get dismissed simply because no one can prove what really happened. But what if you had a silent witness in your car that always records everything? This high-end 3-camera dashcam records everything. The front, the rear, and even inside of your car, including date, time, GPS positioning, vehicle speed, and more. These 3 cameras have wide lenses that capture almost the entire surroundings. This Nexus 4 Pro dashcam features the top-of-the-line Sony IMX678 image sensor, the best in class available today. Most importantly, it works silently every time you start your car. You don't have to do anything. It's fully automated, giving you one less thing to worry about. This little guy will protect you, your loved ones, and your legal rights. Let me show you. Here is unedited footage of this Nexus 4 dashcam. The stop sign on the ground is clearly visible, as are the names of the stores. And look at the quality of the picture. The clarity, image exposure, and color saturation are top-notch. This footage looks like it was shot with a very expensive professional camera, and it's hard to believe you're looking at the video recorded by a small car dashcam. You can see everything from a wide angle, left, center, and right. The front true 4K camera, equipped with the Sony image sensor, is doing an outstanding job, as you can see for yourself. Also, I'm driving over bumps right now, but you can barely notice it because this Nexus 4 Pro has an excellent anti-vibration mechanism, so the stability of the video footage is perfect. You can easily read the license plates of cars in front of you, which is very important if anything happens on the road. Driving against the sun is no problem for this dashcam either. Look how the software neutralizes the sunlight. Usually you can't even look at the sun, but here it's just a small white ball that doesn't bother you at all. You can clearly see the surroundings and the street signs. Read the names of the stores without any problems. And read the license plates of cars even from a distance. Look, even if I point the front camera directly toward the sun, this dashcam software easily handles the sunlight. I don't see any overexposure, distortion, or interference. Great! Besides video, this dashcam also records sound. It doesn't sound bad at all. Here is a recording from much smaller rear camera. From a wide angle, I can still clearly read the stop sign on the ground and even the car's license plate. All the store signs are clearly readable and everything is visible through a wide lens. I have to say I'm impressed already. The rear camera lets you read the vehicle license plates behind you, even at the distance. I can even read the ad from Norms on the bus that stands behind me in the left lane. Beautiful! Now, let's look at the interior camera. It records so wide that I can see both the front and rear seats and even what's happening behind the side windows. But what sets this dashcam apart is its night vision, which is equipped with HDR technology. Look at this video. I can see everything as clearly as I can during the daytime. I can still read the license plate of the car in front of me and even the store signs from a distance. Wow! Here is the power of HDR in full display. Even though there are many incoming headlights flashes, I can clearly see my surroundings, read the store signs, and read the license plates. Not only from the car in front of me, but also from cars on both side lanes. The rear camera is not as powerful as the front in the dark, but it's still good enough to read the license plates and also notice that this guy has a blown headlight. Interestingly, the interior camera is equipped with infrared capability, so if the footage is really dark, this Nexus dashcam automatically switches to infrared recordings. Bam! So now you can see every detail in infrared light, although it makes me look like a real vampire. And now let me show you how easily it is to install this system in your car. It's so easy, even my grandma can do it. First, let's install the rear camera. I'll place it in the top middle of the rear window. It's a little shorter than my finger. It sticks to a glass via this double tape. Then you can adjust its 360-degree angle. Remove the protective film from the lens and from a double tape. Stick the double tape side to the glass and apply a little pressure until it firmly sticks. The camera has a USB Type-C input on the side, where we need to insert the included USB cable. The angle side will go to the dashcam up front, and the straight connector will go to the rear camera. Attach that cable to the rear camera. You can adjust the camera's angle, but we'll do it after installation. Now we need to run that cable all the way to the front of the car inside the headliner, where we'll connect it to the dashcam. As I showed in my previous videos, you can use the zip ties to help pull the wires inside the headliner. Nexus 4 dashcam comes with these electrostatic stickers, which are optional, but it's good to use them because they will help to remove the dashcam from the windshield in the future. First, peel off this mask and stick it to the windshield, making sure to remove any air bubbles. Then peel off the rear mask. Here is the base of the dashcam, which we'll attach using double tape. It has this little groove that we need to point downwards, so we can slide in the GPS holder. The holder has a built-in GPS receiver, so you don't have to install it separately. It has a magnetic arm attached to the joint ball, so you can tilt it in every possible direction. The front dashcam attaches to this arm by a simple magnet, so it's easy to remove. The power cable connects to this holder, which is excellent. If you ever need to remove the dashcam, you won't need to disconnect the power cable because the base always stays on the windshield. But it's easier to attach the arm to the base, so let's join them. Remove the protective film from a double-sided tape. Align it to where you want to place it over the electromagnetic sticker. And apply some pressure until the double-sided tape takes a firm hold on the glass. Here is the dashcam front unit. It has 4 buttons on the bottom, but you can also control it with your smartphone app, which I'll show you later in the video. The microphone to record sound is built in. The power button is on the side, and it has a pretty big built-in monitor. As far as size, it can fit inside 2/3 of my hand. The interior camera can be tilted independently from the front camera. The front camera is large and it has a big sensor. On top there is one input for the rear camera that we already installed and pull the cable to the front. So let's connect the rear camera. And the second cable that we need to connect is a power, which uses a cigarette lighter adapter. The cigarette lighter cable also comes with a USB converter built in. so you can use it for anything you like. So let's connect the power to the base, and let's hide the cable inside the headliner. Remove the film from the interior lens, clean it, and do the same with the front camera. Open the cover with the power button where there is a slot for a memory card. I ordered the VanTrue micro SD card because it has large memory and top quality. It comes with an adapter for a regular SD card, and it has ideal specs for dashcams, surveillance cameras, body cams, etc. I highly recommend it, and I'll place the link for it below in the video description. Insert the micro SD card into the slot and close the cover. Now simply attach the dashcam toward the base via the magnet, so don't put any pressure on it. We'll adjust the angle of all three cameras later. This VanTrue NEXUS 4 Pro comes with this prying tool, which you can use to pry the headliner and hide all the wires. So let's use it to finish the installation. Let's get rid of the sticker covering the display. I can still use my sun visor, and the interior camera is not covered. Great! This VanTrue Dashcam comes with a huge owner's manual. Look how thick it is. It covers pretty much everything in detail. It also comes with these wipes and a cool lens cleaning cloth. Optionally, you can get this lens filter to decrease shining and glare, which helps, but in this video I didn't want to use it. I wanted to show you the raw quality of video recordings. And it's great without it, but it would be even better if we attach this filter. I'll place a link for it below in the description. So to turn the dashcam on, we just need to plug the power cable into the cigarette lighter. And bam! Houston, we're in business. It asks me to set the time zone. I'll put Los Angeles. But as far as setting time, I'll show you how to do it in the app a little later. Immediately, it asks to format an SD card. Click OK. I recommend formatting the SD card once a month to prevent memory buildup. Now we're all set, but before you start using it, we need to set the settings. So get your cell phone and go to your App Store. Search for VanTrue. Here it is. Install and open it. This Nexus Dashcam has its own Wi-Fi, and you can turn it on with the voice command. Turn on Wi-Fi. Bam! Easy. Now click Next and then Get Started. Before clicking Add a device, we need to connect to the dashcam's Wi-Fi. Go to see available Wi-Fi networks and search for N4 Pro VanTrue. Here it is. The password is 12345678, but you can change it later. And select Always Connect, so it will connect automatically in the future. Now let's go back to our app and click on Add Device. Select Nexus series and then N4 Pro. I recommend selecting a precise location while using this app. So now the app is working, but it's time to adjust all three cameras in the proper position. It's not easy when all three cameras are displayed in picture-in-picture. So let's adjust each camera individually. You can do it using a voice command. Turn front camera. Great. But to set them correctly, we need to park the car on a straight street. Now I'm parked on a straight road, so I'm ready to adjust the camera's angles. The way I like to tilt the front camera is when I can still see just a little bit of my front hood. I don't need to see it, but it sets the orientation of the front footage in relationship to the hood. Okay, it looks good now. Press the second button to switch to the interior camera. Tilt the interior camera only. Don't move the front camera, which is already set. Try to set the interior camera so that you can see both the front seats and as much of the rear seats as possible. Now let's switch to the rear camera. To set the rear camera, go to the back of your car and take your smartphone with you so you can monitor what you're doing. I think the camera is tilted too low because I can see my shoes, but I just want to see my knees. So let's open the door and tilt it a little higher. Now it looks good, and I will definitely be able to see the license plates of the cars behind me. Hi, how are you? If you see something interesting at any time, you can use this dashcam to take photos using a voice command.
Take photo.
At the bottom of this app, you can enter its gallery by clicking Allow All. Here you can see all the videos recorded by all three cameras. You can play all these videos without downloading them to your phone.
Hi, how are you?
While connected via Wi-Fi. You can also view photos that you take. When you take a photo, it actually shoots all three cameras. Everything is on the SD card right now, but nothing is local, meaning nothing is downloaded to your phone. However, all these videos will eventually be deleted and rewritten with the new files. So if you want to preserve and save some video footage, you need to download it to your smartphone and then transfer it to your computer. You need to click on the Edit button first, select all the videos you want to download to your cell phone, and hit the download button. This VanTrue app downloads faster than any other app I've ever seen. Now let's exit from the gallery and enter the settings. There are many different settings, but I'll just show you a few important ones. First, click Sync Phone Time, so you don't have to set the time manually on the dashcam. For the best result, keep the resolution at its highest on all three cameras. 2160p for the front, 1080p for the interior and rear cameras. I'd like to change the loop recording from 1 minute to 3 minutes, but if your smartphone has low memory, keep it at 1 minute. Keep the infrared light on auto, so it will automatically turn on even in complete darkness. This dashcam has powerful exposure settings, where you can adjust image overexposure, especially on the night footage. However, I leave it at the default 0, and the quality of the night footage is still pretty amazing, as you've seen. Now, it's very important to set HDR on all three cameras. That makes a huge difference in clarity, especially for night video recording in the dark. If you install the cameras upside down, you can also rotate the display. I'll leave the speed units in miles, but you can change them to kilometers. You can also set the sensitivity of the voice commands. I recommend setting the SD card formatting reminder to once a month. Just remember to back up any important footage before wiping everything clean. There are tons of other settings that you can play with, including the parking mode, which can be activated while your car is parked. But for that, you'd need to order a separate hardwiring kit. If you exit from Settings and click the About button, you can update your dashcam whenever new software is available. I do my own research based on real-life testing, which I demonstrated in this video. The combination of quality and price makes this dashcam system an excellent purchase. This dashcam offers peace of mind and added safety on the road. If you'd like to get this quality VanTrue dashcam system for your car, I placed all the links below this video in the description area. It is currently on sale, and if you purchase one via my link, I may get a tiny commission to support this channel.